What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this not so beautiful Sunday evening here, guys? We're here to talk some Arizona Cardinals versus the Los Angeles Rams. Now, obviously, if you are new here, we like to do this around 7:30 p.m., just really depending on the game. After each game, win or loss, we are here talking about Arizona Cardinals. What happened? How are we feeling? What's going on with this team and all that different stuff. So that's what we're doing right now. We are here to basically kind of just talk about, a therapy session in terms of, what the heck just happened, right? Right now, the Arizona Cardinals are sitting 1-2. I believe we slipped down to the third in the division. Now, obviously, right now, I think the 49ers and Broncos are still playing at this very moment. So we are just going to kind of wait to see how that pans out to really figure out where the Arizona Cardinals stand in the division. But what we saw today, I'm not sure if any of you guys saw my post-game reaction, but really wasn't impressed. I really wasn't impressed. This Arizona Cardinal team has looked really bad in the beginning. The first half, if you want to call it the first half, the first quarter, the second quarter, like it really takes a while for this Arizona Cardinal team to really kind of get going. I mean, I think that's kind of where everything stems from in terms of what is going on with this Arizona Cardinal team. Now, before we get started, I want to definitely do one huge, ask for you guys. If you guys can do me a huge favor, smack the like button on this video. Don't do it for the Arizona Cardinals, but do it for me. I would appreciate you guys. It does help out the channel grow. It lets other Cardinal fans know out there that this channel exists. We're trying to hit 10K. If this is your first time here, definitely subscribe. It's free. You don't have to worry about any fees or anything like that. But the subscribe is free. The like is free. And let's see if we can run that up. Let's do it for the AZ sports fan. Appreciate you. Okay. I want to talk about what happened today, right? Now, I already know the difference between the Arizona Cardinals winning a game and the Arizona Cardinals losing a game. Now, one big call out that I want to say, and I want everybody to kind of, know, you can tell, right? The Arizona Cardinal fans, they're not very, let me talk about this. What Arizona Cardinal fans do is they don't want to talk about it, right? They want to just kind of turn a blind eye. They want to turn around and not face the music. But this is the message that I want to give to all Arizona Cardinal fans before we dive into what happened today. This is the message for all Cardinal fans that are actually watching this stream. Now, I am streaming through Twitter. I'm streaming through Facebook. I'm streaming through YouTube. And I think it was very important to make sure that this message gets across the entirety of this Arizona Cardinal fan base. When we lose this bad, when we don't do so great in the start of a season, when we are not the team we thought we were in the beginning of a season, when we have a head coach like Kliff Kingsbury and we all don't feel like he's the guy, when we all do, when we have a GM like Steve Keim and we don't feel like he's the guy, please do not turn a blind eye away from this team. What I want to start doing is I want to start holding this team more accountable. And I already know from the fan base, without this message coming out to you guys, I don't know how else more to do this, but just tell you straight up. The accountability needs to come from fans as well as this organization. When we won against the Raiders, we were sitting in this stream with over 150 people wanting to talk about this game. When we lost, we're sitting with what we're looking at right now. The issue is people don't want to talk about it. And I get it. Open wounds, right? It hurts. It sucks. I understand. But that's only giving this Arizona Cardinal organization a pass. That's only allowing this Arizona Cardinal organization to continue to do what they do because we don't care. Now, I want to give a big shout out here. I did give these tickets away to one of my channel members of the AZ Sports Fan here. I actually reached out to him and I was like, hey, how is the vibe in the stadium right now? He actually told me that most people that were sitting around him, whether Cardinal fans or no Cardinal fans, were more interested in their fantasy football team than they were in this game. That's what he told me. And with my own eyes watching this game on the television, I noticed that there was multiple empty seats. And when I went to the Kansas City Chiefs game, there was multiple empty seats. What we like to do as a Arizona Cardinal fan base is we like to turn it off. We don't want to talk about it. But I challenge you guys, please do not turn away. Face this head on. We are much stronger as one voice than we are as 60 people that want to tune in and talk about this Arizona Cardinal team. We are much stronger as a group. So please, a message to the Arizona Cardinal fans out there. Do not turn a blind eye to what we are seeing here today. Let's hold this team accountable. Let's hold ourselves accountable and see if we can make a difference. Now let's dive right into this game here. That's my spiel. Let's go and talk about this game. This Arizona Cardinal team came out versus the Rams on a 9-1 record versus the versus the Sean McVay-led Rams. 9-1. Now leaving this game, we are now 10-1 against Sean McVay. 10-1. That's right. Let me say it for the people in the back. We are 10-1 against Sean McVay and the Rams. To me, as a competitive person, to me, as a fan of an organization, I would have a hard time not allowing this record to give me an extra amount of juice. I would think that they would want to fight to fix the narrative. I would think that this Arizona Cardinal team would come out and not look lethargic. And not trying to chuck the ball deep when it's 3rd and 2 and all we need to do is convert the first down. I would think that we would learn from those lessons because we are in the 4th year of Kliff Kingsbury / Kyler Murray. But no. We don't learn from anything that we do, and we continue to do what we do. The Arizona Cardinals lost this game because we couldn't score a touchdown. This defense came out for us. This defense actually came out for us. They stopped them before the half, allowed the Arizona Cardinals to get some points on the board. They stopped Cam Akers from getting a touchdown and caused the fumble. They actually came out for us. Now, do I think they played flawlessly? Nah, heck no. No, the defense has its flaws, but the defense actually did their part. The biggest issue that we're running into right now is that we're not playing complementary football. We're not. When the offense gets hot, the defense is nowhere to be seen. When the defense gets hot, the offense is nowhere to be seen. And the special teams is just there. This Arizona Cardinal team is continuing to do the same things we see over and over again. By the time it was halftime, I believe the Arizona Cardinals had, 24 passing yards? 30 pass. It was crazy. It was crazy to see what we saw today as Arizona Cardinal fans. And I know, I get it, right? There's a lot of Cardinal fans out there that want to kind of pop up, right? They kind of want to pop up and say, why are you so negative, Mike? This one game, we're 1-2. What if we hit a hot streak, right? What if we end the season, or what if we're like 6-3 at one point? Right? A lot of Cardinal fans want to come out and say that. This is not a direct correlation of this game. The frustration where that people have, that Arizona Cardinal fans have, is not a direct correlation to this game. It's to this organization in general, from what we have seen from Kliff Kingsbury's era and Steve Keim's era. Do you not know how much times I have told you guys that the draft picks that Steve Keim has picked up are no good for this Arizona Cardinal team? And let me correct myself, because I know people are going to be like, oh my God, you want to bag on everybody we have. No, let me clarify. The people that we're picking in the draft are not good for this team because A, we don't know how to use them. B, they're not a needed position. So they're most of the time spending their time on the bench for the first year. And that's how this team is built. If you look at the entirety of the draft picks for the Arizona Cardinals, who is the superstar that's arising, with the exception of Kyler Murray? But there might be some fans that are saying Kyler Murray isn't a superstar. I get it. You have your opinions. But out of all the roster out there, the last 3 or 4 years, you tell me that somebody that is a superstar, and take your biasness out of Arizona out. I'm waiting. Because we can't. Because we can't pick one. Because it's the God honest truth. Cardinal fans want this draft to come out, and they want me to lie to you. They want me to lie to my audience and say, this person is going to be the next blah, 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 because that makes them happy. That's what they want this narrative to be. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a fan of any media and you're listening it tomorrow, they're going to give you the positives to this game, because that is what the narrative fits. Because the people that are media within, the Arizona Cardinals, they work for the Arizona Cardinals. Well, maybe they don't work for them, but they got contracts from the Arizona Cardinals. Nobody's really going to tell you the real except for me. I have nothing to do with the Arizona Cardinals. The only thing that I have is that I'm a fan. It's the only thing that I got. I'm not in media. I can care less than what I say on Twitter. I can care less than what I say about ripping all these people that are in this organization that has not quite learned yet. The media will not call out what needs to be called out. And I don't blame them, because there's money, there's contracts, there's everything that's going along with the organization that's a $1 billion organization, and these media. They're not going to call them out. I will. I will be the one to call them out. If you want to see the bad guy, here he is. Because, like I said, look at the drafts. The past 2 or 3 drafts, you tell me the superstar that is coming out of that draft, and take your biasness out of Arizona. Somebody from the national level saying that guy is a star. Because we can't pick one, ladies and gentlemen. And I've told you guys this time and time again. Steve Keim should not be here. The draft picks that he picks are no good for this Arizona Cardinal team. Not bagging on the players. I'm bagging on this organization. Not bagging on the players. I'm bagging on this organization. Because we don't put the people in the best positions to succeed. We don't. We don't. Tomorrow, when you wake up and turn on your medias for Arizona sports, they're going to say things like, I told you that this was going to happen because the Rams are a powerhouse. And that's going to put a narrative in your head saying that we never should have stood a chance against the Los Angeles Rams, and it's okay that we lost. Ladies and gentlemen, we have lost in State Farm Stadium for a total of 7 straight times without the Arizona Cardinals winning. Who's going to call that out? Who's going to call it out? Nah. Nobody's going to call it out because the media is in cahoots with the Arizona Cardinals. They got contracts, and the moment you say anything about their Mr. Kliff Kingsbury, Mr. Steve Keim, you're already pretty much in violation, and the boss of media is going to get on them. So what happened today? The Arizona Cardinals ran into a buzzsaw. The Arizona Cardinals ran into a team that is better coached, that is better equipped to handle injuries, because I don't know any other team that has one or two injuries and the whole team falls apart. I don't know any other team but the Arizona Cardinals. And that's our excuse. I see a lot of people on Twitter. Imagine when we have this person, that person, that person. It doesn't matter. These people are getting paid millions of dollars to make it work. So make it work. It doesn't matter that we got injury. It doesn't matter. They get paid millions of dollars to make it work. So make it work. There's no reason for our team to look as lethargic as we do. There's no reason for our team to look as bad as we do. We didn't score a touchdown this game. And I saw somebody on Twitter say, oh, it could have been a lot worse. No! Set your expectations higher, ladies and gentlemen. Set it higher. Every game that we play, we should have the expectations that we should win this game. We're not going to win them all. And I agree with you. We're not going to win them all. But why are we continuing to look as bad as we do in year 4? And why do you think it's going to change? Why do you think it's going to change? It hasn't changed in 4 years. The thing, like Einstein said, you know what I'm trying to say about Einstein? His quote, something about doing the same thing over and over, or insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. What are we doing differently? What are we doing differently? Because I haven't seen it. So there's not really much to talk about other than we got dominated today. You look at the scoreboard and said, oh, it's only 8 points. Mike, what are you tripping about? This is much bigger than what you're thinking, my friend. Let me just say that right there. So this whole narrative of injuries, oh, imagine when we got DeAndre Hopkins. Imagine when we got Rondale Moore. Man, if you're not watching my streams every single time, you know how I feel about Rondale Moore versus Greg Dortch. And I'm not going to re-say it. I don't know any other team that can suck as bad as we do when we have injuries. You get paid millions of dollars to make it work. So make it work. It's just as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. It's as simple as that. Yes, we got injuries, but so do other teams. Yes, I agree. But there's no other team that I know of that falls apart in the seams and think that it's okay besides this fan base. I am going to be opening up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to hear from you guys. And please, if you're out there and you disagree with me, I want you to come on. I do. I want to hear what you say. So please, everybody that I commented on my video reaction and said, hey, I'm having a live stream at 7:30, come through. Please, come through. I want to hear what you guys have to say. So here's my next question. Is this the end of Kliff Kingsbury's era? This is the question. And I want you guys to answer on the chat. Is this the end of Kliff Kingsbury's era? Now, I think the unfortunate part in terms of a lot of Cardinal fans, we have an extension from both of these two guys, Kliff Kingsbury and Steve Keim. That right there pisses me off. I wish we didn't have this extension, but I can see if something happened completely drastic. Now, not starting off 1-2. I mean, if we don't win more than 5 or 6 games this year, then we might need to reevaluate this whole Kliff Kingsbury's thing. Do you guys know who we play next? We play the Panthers. Do you know who we play after that? We play the Eagles. Probably one of the hottest teams in the NFC right now. Do you know who we play after that? The Seahawks. Something drastic needs to happen in terms of if Kliff Kingsbury is going to get fired. I think if we win like 5 or 6 games, I could see it happening. Extension or no extension. It's just crazy to me that 4 years in and we're still looking as bad as we do. How are we not fixing the slow starts? I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. I really don't. Now, one thing I do like to do here as well on these streams is I want to make sure that I listen to the press conference, because I'm not sure if you guys already did or if you find anything that comes out of these press conferences, but I definitely want to make sure that we listen into it together. So let's listen into what our leader, Mr. Kliff Kingsbury, has to say about this loss. Let me get everything set up here on my end, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. One second, everybody. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Let's listen into Mr. Kliff Kingsbury. Let me know in the comments if you can hear what he is saying. I'm about to play it right now. Here we go. Let's listen in.
Just isn't happening. It's not. Yeah, we got to figure that out. Especially you play the world champs and spot them. You know, go 3 and out. Block.
We play the world champs. Yeah, excuse. All right.
That's a tough way to start the game. So we got to figure that out collectively. What are the issues in the first week? Just consistency for whatever reason. You know, it's all of us, coaches, players, play calling. I don't know if we're trying too hard to call the perfect play and, you know, do too much. But it's just been one thing, you know, after another. So we got to get it figured out.
Did you go into this game expecting to kind of grind it out on offense and hold the ball and keep their offense up, or was that a product of what they were doing?
No, it just went that way. We didn't execute great. We didn't call a great game, and it just, when you get behind, once again, you kind of get one-dimensional, and you're playing catch up the whole way, and so a lot of the game plan that we thought we would execute, we didn't get to.
Okay. Can you start saying I, please? Like, I want to hear you didn't do a good job. Like, I want some accountability. I'm not sure if you guys feel the same way in the comments. Let me know. But I want to hear people start saying I didn't do enough, right? Not we. I didn't do enough. Let's keep listening.
How deflating is that, though? You go on this long drive, only come away with a field goal?
Yeah, it was just close, you know. Little things that are all fixable, which is encouraging this early in the season. But I just think consistency on offense is what we're fighting for. We have really good players, and I like what we're doing schematically. We got to make sure we're maximizing the players and figure out exactly who we are. We got to get some of those other pieces back. We have some dynamic receivers that will make a big difference at some point. But right now, we got to figure out who we are for the next couple of weeks.
You had an 18-play drive in the second.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I got to go talk.
Yeah, he's never sure. He's never sure. He needs to look at the film, right? Like, that's what he doesn't know. Like, these press conferences are pointless, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, wasting your time. Breaking news. These are pointless because he never knows. He needs to look at the film and he never fixes it.
19-play drive in the second quarter, 16-play drive in the third. What's different there than the other times?
It's just staying on schedule, I think. We'd like to have some more explosives. We had some shots at a couple that were close but didn't hit them, which happens. But the drives where we take a sack or a penalty or whatever, that's really hurting us right now as far as staying on schedule.
Maximizing players. It seems like Tyler really did that with Hollywood a lot today. Was that by design?
Yeah, they had some DBs out. We knew that, and so Ramsey's one of the best in the game. So when he was elsewhere, we wanted to try and work that matchup, and I thought Hollywood was open on some stuff and did a good job. As he continues to get comfortable in the system, he plays hard, and he's going to be a really good player for us.
What was the thought process on going for it on 4th and 4 instead of kicking up field goal with, I think it was 10 minutes to go?
Yeah, I just didn't think field goals get it done.
Yeah. No, duh.
Like,
No, duh. Now, I know that there's been something going around on social media saying that if we ended up going for the field goal, like, that one time that we ended up getting stopped, we would have to just worry about a touchdown and then, obviously the 2-point conversion. But we're not scoring touchdowns anyways, right? I mean, this whole game was just absolutely poop. Like, it was bad.
so I like the play call. I like what we had. It just didn't work out.
Do you think Rondale might be asked to come back quicker with AJ's knee situation being up in the air?
We'll see. I mean, we're not going to do that. We're going to be smart with him. It's a long season. We found that out last year, so we're going to make sure he's 100% before we ask him to come back.
You have enough weapons, receiver?
Yeah, we do. I got to do a good job, like I said, of maximizing, putting him in positions to be successful. But I like what we have.
Or was it crazy behind the scenes when like AJ goes down and having to plug and play guys in?
No, I mean, I think the guy stepped in and did the.
Oh, yeah. AJ went down too as well. Let me know how you guys are feeling about that in the comments. It's just, I think a lot of us knew, right? When we signed AJ again, like, did we really make upgrades to this team? Like, did we really though? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me know in the comments, y'all.
Their job. Those guys work hard to practice. It's just the numbers now when you're talking about AJ, Rondale, Hobb, Tweezy. I mean, that's a bunch of wideouts for week 3 to already be out. So we got to figure out, how to win a game and play better on offense. That's what it comes down to.
Receivers you've got left are small, but they block a lot, screenplays and that. Have you thought about changing up the scheme to ditch some of that stuff?
I love that. The receivers you have now are small, and you expecting a lot of them to get. Oh, that's hilarious.
To maximize what they do well.
So don't ask him to block.
Screenplays if you got a 5'4" wide receiver standing out there trying to block a safety.
Yeah, I mean, he should have outside released that.
Okay, real quick. That is actually a very fair question. The man actually said, do you think you should change your scheme up? And now he's fixing it up saying, do you think you should not block? No, you idiot. He's not saying, oh, they shouldn't block and do the play. Change up what you're calling, my dude. That's what he's saying. Don't act like this question isn't fair. Calm your oh my goodness.
So I got it. But yeah, we're going to continue to just ask them to do their job. Yeah.
Yeah, do your job. How about that?
Different jobs.
Yeah, I mean, we ask them to run routes and block.
Run routes and block.
Thank you.
Garbage. Absolutely garbage. Let's listen in. I believe Kyler Murray's on here as well, ladies and gentlemen. That's actually a very fair question. Sorry for that media guy who had to go through that stupid face of Kliff Kingsbury acting like, oh, you think we shouldn't block? He's not asking that. He's asking for you to change your scheme because whatever we got ain't working. You're preaching the fact that you want to adjust. That's what you're preaching. And he just called you out on your bull stuff. Mix it up. You got small wide receivers and you expect them to block. Okay. Let's listen to Kyler. Where is this Kyler at? 1 second. I got to find this. I know it's here somewhere. I saw it. 1 second. Did Kyler not speak? Or was it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Kyler. Hey, Thomas, I'm going to open up the phone lines. If you want to jump on and let me know why you feel like the whole Kyler, jump on, Thomas. I want to hear what you say. I'm going to open up the phone lines here in about a minute or two. So jump on. I want to hear what you have to say.
After a while, what do you say to your teammates? What do the coaches say to you?
I wish I had the answer right now.
Yep. We never do.
Oh, sure, man. That's not winning football. Make it tough on ourselves. It's because you see the rest of the game is competitive, but that first quarter is just can't make shit happen. Can't get anything going. It's just it's bad. It's bad football.
Yeah, I think this is on Kyler Murray just not really speaking very loud.
17, 19 play drives that can't quite get it.
Yeah. You know, in some parts of the game, it's a good thing. You know, that first one we had, it was good. Keep their offense off the field, give our defense a rest, which happens. But sometimes, you know, majority of the time, you got to put the ball in the end zone. You go on those type of drives, put the ball in the end zone. It was a close game all day, even though you may not have felt that way in some parts of the game. It was close. But yeah, we just didn't. You know, we didn't make a couple plays that we should have made. I mean, there was plays there. If you go back and watch the game, there was plays both sides of the ball where we got to make those plays, and we didn't. So, you know, those cost you. You know, take points away, score points, things like that. When you get those.
Okay. I think this. Let's just stop. Let's stop, because I don't think this is the best quality coming out here, and I don't want you guys to think that my system is like not really looking so good right now. So I'm going to just stop it, right? We got with what we got, right? They're going to kind of tell you, I can almost assure you what they said, right? And I didn't listen in, that they don't know. We got to do better. We need to execute. That's the gist. I'm only assuming that's what they're saying. I'm not going to listen to the whole thing. Seems like it's very spotty, and I don't want to put that here on the stream. But what we're going to do is I want to open up the phone lines. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I want to hear from the positive people. I want to hear from the fans that are cool with Kliff Kingsbury. I want to hear from them. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear from the people that are cool with Steve Keim. That's what I want to hear from. So the people that do come in, I appreciate you, and I want to hear your opinion, but I want to hear something different. I want to hear something fresh. And I think that's one thing that I've noticed a lot of, is that most people that say things like that, they never want to come on. And I don't know why, but I'm not trying to start a battle back and forth with you. I just want to hear your reasoning. I want to hear why you think that people are giving Kliff Kingsbury a hard time. Why you think Steve Keim is getting a hard time. That's what I want to listen to. Like that's what I want to hear. And that's why I'm live on Twitter. I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on YouTube, to try to get those fans to come onto this show and let me know why you think the way that you think. I'm not here to try to change your mind. I'm just curious. So let's do this. I'm going to open up the phone lines. So this is your first time here and you're like, hey, what the heck's going on? I'm going to put a link on YouTube. So if you've never been on YouTube, come to YouTube, type up the AZ Sports Fan. I'm going to be putting a link on the chat and I'm going to be pinning it. Now, I also did put a poll up a little earlier. I ended up putting the poll up and it said, are the Cardinals the worst team in the division? And 50% says yes. So 170 votes, 50 says yes, and then 50% says no. So that kind of goes to show that there's a lot of Cardinal fans that are just not buying into this Kool-Aid. There really isn't. So I put the link up there. It's pinned in the chat on YouTube. So if you haven't come in here before, it's pinned right there. Come on through, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. Like I said, if I get new people coming on, cool. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear you guys' opinion. So Twitter people, if you're watching, jump on to YouTube and come on through, because the link has been posted and I'm curious to figure out where your guys' mindset is. I'm curious because I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So the link has been posted. All you need to do is click on the link, jump on, and let's have a conversation. Jump on and let's have a conversation. Okay. Oh, here we go. We got Card. Okay. So and this happens all the time. People are just kind of chilling. Let me get my guy Cardinal Fan up here right now. Cardinal Fan, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, man. What's up, man? Talk to me. How are you feeling?
Like every year, we play the Rams.
Yeah.
We got outcoached like usual. We got outplayed like usual, and it seems like everybody's just okay with it. Like, okay, we don't have Hopkins. We haven't had Hopkins for 11 games now, since counting down to last year. So we should be used to that. And our receivers, Dortch played well, and so did Hollywood. That's not an excuse. We dropped a touchdown by Ertz. There's, I think, 3 running backs dropped a ball. Benjamin dropped a ball. Connor dropped one.
Yep.
I'm really on the point where why is Kliff here? Because today was a good reason why why the Rams were ready for us. They knew our offense because we haven't changed anything. They were ready for every play we did.
Mm-hmm.
The shovel pass, they did not fall for it. All the trick plays, they did not fall for it.
Yeah.
How much longer? Again, here's the thing: it's early in the season; it can change. But being a fan for 4 years of the Kliff Kingsbury era, I don't see it changing.
I agree. And that's what I pinned this over here for my guy Alex here. It says, please, I want to hear from the pro Kings. And that's the thing too, like, right. We're not trying to like jump on. I'm just curious to figure out like where really this mindset is, because I don't understand it. What have you thought in terms of like, I don't know, like, what are your thoughts on like this offense just like not evolving and like how bad we've looked in the first half or the first quarter and just kind of starting slow?
Well, the fact that nothing's changed in the first 3 games is concerning. Do you we're playing the Panthers next week?
Mm-hmm.
We've lost 5 straight games to Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's a new team, a new Baker Mayfield and all that, but if we can't start out strong, let's go on the road playing against Christian McCaffrey and that offense. They can get it going on us if they wanted to. I mean, Baker and Kyler have that competitive beef with each other.
Yeah.
They want to beat each other.
Yep.
But if we can't get going in the first quarter, eventually it's going to bite us in the ass. I mean, excuse my language, but
no, you're good.
We were lucky today with the Rams. Allen Robinson dropped a touchdown in the end zone.
Yep.
Then I believe Stafford overthrew Cooper Kupp, and I believe it was an overthrown pass, and that could have been a touchdown.
Yep.
So we got lucky on some plays. It could have been a lot worse than it was. But our offense, the fact that we can't score touchdowns, we went down the field 4 times, and honestly, for me, I want to say this to people that are going against Kyler. It wasn't all his fault today. It's not you. If you can't catch for the guy, and if your offense is getting false start penalties and driving it back, and holding penalties, how are you supposed to get in a rhythm offensively? Yeah. And I want to say that the people that are all against Kyler Murray, or you know what I mean, it's a team game. And if we don't get this together, I don't think Kliff will get fired. But if we don't get together and we go on a nosedive, there might be changes.
Yeah, I agree. And I think something drastic has happened, right? I mean, granted, yes, it's 1 and 2. Some people might say, oh, they're freaking out, blah, blah, blah. And I get where they're coming from. I get that opinion. But my thing is like, why don't they ever want to come on? Like, I'm just curious. Like, I'm literally curious to figure out like where their mindset is. Like, A, how long have they been a Cardinal fan? B, are they very, very new because of Kliff? I've seen some things in my comments, bro. I've been seeing things like, oh, the Cardinals are my new second favorite team. Bro, if that's the type of people that I'm trying to talk, I'm not going to talk to you because there's no point.
Like,
I've been a fan.
I've been a fan since the Ken Whisenhunt era. And when we had Ken Whisenhunt, I was okay with being 8-8. But when we got Bruce Arians, I had that mindset where if we were 8-8, that was a failed season. When we lost the NFC Championship game, I thought that was a failed season. So that mindset's been on me since he's been there.
Yep.
So when I see a team that's going into year 4 with a quarterback and a coach, and we have not gotten any better, maybe that's a sign. If we're doing this and we're not doing this, maybe that's a problem.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but in Keim, the only reason Keim's still around, in my eyes, is because of the DeAndre Hopkins trade and other trades he's made. That's saving his butt. He should have been fired after Steve Wilkes, but he wasn't. I
agree. Michael Bidwell came out and took the fall for him. He said, I wanted this hire. All right, Cardinal fan, appreciate you, man. I'm going to get some more people in here. Have a great rest of the day, brother.
You too.
All right, let me get over here. Hopefully this is a new person here. I don't think I've ever had him on here. So is it Urban? Hopefully I don't butcher that. Urban, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. How are you doing? Talk to me about this loss.
I'm not new after that Rams loss in the playoffs. I came on here and I kind of let everything loose. Dude, I'm going to be honest here. I really don't think they're going to fire Kliff or Keem anytime soon. Bidwell already put his money in there. He's already going to stick to his fucking guns.
Yeah.
We're stuck. We're stuck, dude. It's impressive how Bidwell can do little changes to this organization, but yet still feel like he doesn't give a shit about this team. Like his dad. I'm going to be honest. Just like his dad.
No, I think you're right. I think the biggest thing that he was really hoping for is that he built up that sports thing like in that big great. I think that's what he was going for. That's his main accomplishment this year. Like he didn't care about this team. That's his main accomplishment in my opinion. Michael Bidwill to me is getting to the point where the whole thing with like Sarver. Obviously Sarver selling. I think everybody's excited, but that's a whole different
Yeah, but no. I mean, I think you're right. I mean, it just goes to show, like it's so bad that we have who is it? Aeneas Williams that we have right there. We can have him as a GM, potentially as a GM. I'm not saying we should, but he's there. He knows how this game works. He knows talent, but yet we still go with Keem, who has had failure after failure after failure. But yet, guys, he got us to the playoffs when we weren't in the playoffs before. It just like, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna out myself right now, but I go on the subreddit for Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every single person in there, besides the doomers they call them, they constantly bring up, Keem is a good GM because he got us to these playoffs when we weren't in the playoffs before. I'm just sitting here like, dude. Congratulations. You got us to the playoffs. But what have we done since 2015 when Arians left?
Yeah.
The fact that we lost Arians and he had to lie to get the fuck out of here. that shows what kind of fucking organization this is.
That's the truth, man. All right, I'm gonna let you go, man. I got a few other people coming through. Right, man. Have a great day, dude. No, you're right, dude. It's funny because you're right. It is, right? I'm retiring. Football's not for me. He goes back to the freaking Tampa Bay. All right, let's get some other people up here right now. Let's get Jordan P. Jordan P, what's up, man? You were live on the Easy Sports Fan. Talk to me. How you feeling?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
What's up, dude? Yeah.
I just want to kind of talk people slightly off the edge because, everybody's going to be on the edge. I already know. After a loss, it's always fire this, fire that, blah, 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 right? And we're all upset. I'm upset. We lost to the Rams again, and it's, disheartening because, you want to finally, step up to the big brothers, and finally win, right? But everybody, like Kliff, I get it, right? That, he had a bad game today. There's no doubt about it. And, he had bad games before, but he's had great games before, right? And we were 7-0. Everybody was singing the praises of him and Kyler and stuff like that, right? But, when something start going bad, it's like, all right, Kliff. And he had some very bad play calls today. Absolutely, he's one part of the blame. But let's not act like he's all the blame, right? If Zach Ertz catches that touchdown, if Kyler hits Hollywood on that deep pass for a touchdown, what would we be here saying the same thing? I don't think so. If Benjamin catches that screen pass, if he caught that screen pass, there was no one out there. He was gone.
Yeah, but I also do agree it's a circumstance of the game, right? Why did we start off this slow? Why aren't we fixing it? So I do see what you're saying, right? It's situational, right? We can do this, we can do that. But I think at the end of the day is, why aren't we fixing the beginning? If we can fix that, we don't have to worry about the drop pass there, situational this. That's kind of, I guess, where a lot of people are coming from, where Kliff is saying, what's the answer? Why can't we fix it?
I think the answer is simple. The answer is simple to me, and it's the offensive line. I want everybody to go watch Kelvin Beachum for the last 3 games in the first half. He's getting beat consistently, and we can't pick up blitzes to save our lives.
Yeah,
you see second at the game against the Raiders. All second downs we only had 3 drives in the first half. All second downs, the right tackle got beat, and we got a 3rd and long. You can't blame Kliff for this dude getting his butt whooped, right? And I'm gonna put that on Kime because at the end of the day, if you draft a 5'10" quarterback that doesn't want to get hit, why are you giving him a Band-Aid right tackle?
Yeah.
You should have built him online from the jump. I don't care if he can run around or not. He doesn't want to get hit. And we've seen when he has time in the pocket, he makes things happen.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, everybody that wants to say Kliff, sure, he was bad, no doubt about it. But you got to look at the offensive line getting penalties. Like that guy said, you can't blame Kyler because the offensive line gets penalties or they allow a sack. How are you going to blame Kliff if it's 3rd and 15? Now he has. At that point, what are you going to do? Just call everybody run deep and Kyler make a play, right? And how many times was the offense backed up because of a stupid penalty, a sack, somebody dropped the ball, right? So you can't get into a rhythm as a play caller. And even with all that, if Kyler hit that Hollywood deep ball or all those drops would have been catches, this game would have been a lot different. So Kliff.
But also, what if what if Matthew Stafford, it was 2 balls that went deep to Cooper Kupp that probably could have been touchdowns.
Well, sure, but they
So-
weren't drops. He just missed them. And he's
Yeah.
been bad. He's been bad.
Yeah, but it's all situational too, right? I mean, I think that's kind of what, and I see where you're coming from, and I do agree with you to an extent. My thing is that, yes, I agree. It's not all on Kliff, but I also do believe as well that because we are in the 4th year, all that should have been fixed already. Like, why
the
are we
offensive
still
line was never
seeing
fixed.
it?
The
Yeah.
offensive line was never
No,
fixed.
I mean the offense, not the offensive line.
The offensive line is the huge part of it, though. You can't call. Like, I'm right now. I just want everybody after if you have NFL Plus or whatever, just go watch the offensive line in the first half of the last 3 games, and then see how many times we're behind the sticks, and Kliff has to call some 3rd and 15, 3rd and 10, 3rd and this, and it's like, come on, guys. Like Kelvin Beachum, I know you're not a high paid tackle, but bro, like we can't help you double every single time, right? So I mean. Offensive line is a huge part of it, and you see people saying the offense hasn't started great, and yeah, offensive line is a huge part of that. Kyler is running for his life half the time, and it's like, damn, the play's gonna fall apart. If the offensive line blocked better, the plays would run a lot smoother.
So, question for you: if you were the head coach and this was your scheme, and it obviously isn't working, right? You got a Band-Aid. What would you do?
I would absolutely tell Cam he needs to fix the offensive line.
Okay. So let me give you what I would do. I would fix my scheme.
I don't know if he hasn't or not. But Tom clearly hasn't. He doesn't care.
I will tell you what I would do. I would fix my scheme to get the talent that we have. Get more people to block. If we know that they're Band-Aids and they can't get the job done, that's what I would do. Fix it. Put more people to block Kyler. Max Williams, we all were talking about. Trey McBride, the next best tight end. We haven't seen from Trey McBride. I'm sick of it.
We haven't seen anything from any of the rookies.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. And I'm not about it. I mean, and it's just kind of, we're cool, right? And that's why I'm not yelling at you. I'm just frustrated with the Arizona Cardinals in terms of, yes, I agree with what you're saying to an extent, but if Kliff Kingsbury getting paid millions of dollars to get this job fixed, my expectation in 4 years is to fix it. No more excuses. Fix it.
But one weakness on the one weak link on the offensive line, and you're going to get exposed. And that's what's been happening. And one thing I do want to say before I get off is just look how the Chiefs are using a 7th round rookie cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills are starting a 5th round rookie cornerback.
Yep.
And Vance Joseph won't even use Myjai Sanders and Cam Thomas just on a pass rushing down. Just let them run after the quarterback. Devon Kennard cannot do it. He cannot. What has he done? I think he has like 3 tackles in 3 games. Right? So why aren't they on the field pass rushing? You cannot tell me that a 7th round rookie cornerback can play, but a 2 third round edge rushers can't just simply rush the passer. Right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things that's going into this, and I get it. Kliff was bad. I totally agree. But there's a lot of things that needs to be fixed. And the one thing I'll say that's good is a lot of it's fixable. But it's on Kliff to fix it, but it's on others to fix it as well. Kelvin Beachum, you need to step up and be better, play better. The wide receivers, you need to catch the damn ball. Like, this is not, you're not 12. Like, you're getting paid to catch the ball, and you're wide open.
100% agreed.
So it's a lot.
All right, brother. Appreciate you as always, man. Have a great rest of your day, man. Later. Let me get BBH up in here real quick. BBH, AOV. I see you keep bouncing back and forth, coming in and out. Hopefully, the everything works. Can you hear me? I think we're running into a reception issue. Just FYI, BBH, I was trying to get you on. I think we're having a reception issue. Let me get my guy here. We're going to look on the other side of it all. We're going to get my guy Rams House up here, and I want to hear what he has to say. Rams House, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling, man?
I mean, I'm feeling pretty good, honestly, but I wanted to come in here and get a gauge on what you think went on. I don't want to trash talk you or anything like that. But it felt like the Rams were keeping the Cardinals in the game with this. They were shooting themselves in the foot, which I know you guys were as well.
Yeah.
From your perspective, what ended up happening? Because we saw those missed plays and everything. Hollywood Brown could add that deep touchdown, but it just felt like you guys didn't even get a touchdown against us when we had like so many guys behind Jalen Ramsey playing back. Like, what ended up happening there? What did you see?
So honestly, I think without giving you like the complete spiel is Sean McVay is just better than Kliff. I think that's what it just comes down to. Sean McVay is superior over Kliff Kingsbury. And I will say that right now. He knows how to win games, especially when nothing goes his way. He knows how to win games. Kliff Kingsbury doesn't. When things fall back, Kyler Murray, obviously gets rattled. We don't know how to fix it. Like, that's the big problem. And my guy, Jordan Peele, respect to him. But at this moment, everything that I'm hearing from Kliff, everything I'm hearing from Kliff Kingsbury people is excuses. Like, there's no excuse for us to be in the 4th year right now, and we're still dealing with issues, right? It's penalties. It's the scheme not working. We're obvious. It seems like everything that we tried to do, you guys had a counter and you guys beat us. Tell everybody here how you feel about Kliff Kingsbury. Let us know.
I'm very happy that he's still at the Cardinals. Let me just say that. Like,
thank you. Yeah, and you're not the only one, my guy. You're not the only one. There's so much people that are in this NFC West that feel the exact same way, and you guys have a record of 10-1 on us. You look at the schedule, you see the Cardinals, and that's a W for you, right? Ding, 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 Arizona Cardinal fans in the chat. There's something needs to change, and Kliff Kingsbury ain't doing it. My bad, man. Keep going. You have anything else for me?
No, you're good. Yeah, it's just like, I feel like if we were playing a team like, I don't know, even like the Packers with like a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, or if we were playing a team like the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes and a good coach like that, like with the mistakes that the Rams are making, like in my opinion, they should have been over 30 points, but they're just like these different errors that they had and everything that was going on. We shouldn't have been able to come out the win with that. And then like with our defensive coordinator, the way that he plays, he likes to do like the bend but don't break thing. So he's playing like 10 yards off line of scrimmage every single play, which essentially just gives like the underneath stuff all game. That's what was happening. And so you guys would get down to the red zone, but I would always be like, they're not going to score. Like, it just, you guys wouldn't be able to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
And so like, I feel like if we were playing a better team with somebody who knew how to coach a little bit better, and maybe with a guy like Aaron Rodgers, not saying that Kyler Murray's bad, but you guys weren't able to get on the board, like we wouldn't have been able to win this game. And so I don't know. I was glad that we were playing the Cardinals in this case, because we still had these errors and everything that if we did it against a better team, I feel like we probably would have lost.
And I appreciate the honesty, my guy. I really do appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so very much, dude.
Yeah, no problem.
So there you go. I'm not lying when I tell you Rams fans love Kliff. Seahawks fans love Kliff. 49ers fans love Kliff. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen, please. Let me get my BBH. BBH, what's up, man? Talk to me.
Man, I'm just going to continue saying what I've been saying since the beginning of last season, and that's get rid of Kliff Kingsbury.
Okay.
So, because honestly, if we don't get rid of Kliff, and I'm starting to lean on getting rid of the owner as well, we're not going to win the Super Bowl. The farthest we're going to get is a playoff, and I don't see us getting a playoff win. The only way I see us getting rid of Kliff Kingsbury and possibly but more likely just Kliff, is we have a losing record and we don't make the playoffs. If we have a winning record and make the playoffs, we're not getting rid of him. There's nothing around that, because he did what he's supposed to do this year, and that's make us to the playoffs. Well, we want of course a win off of that, but I don't see us getting a win.
Yeah.
No, because we lost to two good teams. We lost to the Rams, who have a great quarterback and a great coach. We lost to the Chiefs, great quarterback, great coach. The Raiders, mid quarterback with a brand new coach. So that's saying something. If we can't beat with the elite quarterback and elite coaching, what makes you think we're going to win in the playoffs?
Let alone the division. Why aren't we thinking division, right? I mean, it's crazy. People are already thinking we're not a division winner. Like, that's sad. This is 4 years. What's the expectations for this team?
Especially because people got to realize this too. We're in the beginning, and Kliff does the best in the beginning. So what does that mean with the second half of the season?
People
got to realize that too, because Jordan P. I know you're trying to defend Kliff this time, and me and you agreed last year that Kliff needs to be gone, because you're phrasing this too. Kliff needs to go, because you even pulled up, like, I remember Jordan P pulling up a whole script of Kliff Kingsbury's record on the second half of the season, and none of them shown a winning record. The most wins he got in the second half was 3 wins.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean you ain't wrong. you ain't wrong, man. You definitely ain't wrong. All right, brother. Anything else before I let you go?
Honestly, we making no playoffs. We're not even winning the division. And and when you put that poll saying that we're the worst team, I put no because of course Seattle. I feel like Seattle's worse than us, but that's saying something because I feel like with them we'll probably be fighting for third place.
It's sad that we have to ask ourselves that. I really do feel that in my heart. I thought we were number 2 at least,
I
but
thought
I
it was
mean we're
number two
not playing
too,
like it
but
anymore.
hey, Jimmy G is back in quarterback, and I thought, and I've been saying this from the jump that Jimmy G is better than Trey Lance. Trey Lance needs another year to sit down. So
Yeah.
Jimmy G's back, so he knows the offense. He knows how to he knows how to win games, but he doesn't know how to win big time games. There's a
That's
difference.
fair. That's fair. All right, brother. I'm gonna let you go, man. Thanks as always, man. Peace. All right, let's get my guy AZ Sports Girl up in here. AZ Sports Girl, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling?
What's up? Can y'all hear me good?
Yes, we can.
All right, awesome. So, as somebody that's in the media right now, I would totally march over to State Farm Stadium and totally snap out of my comfort zone and just hold Kliff accountable. Like, I'm tired of seeing these reporters be like, "Oh, why didn't this game go well for you?" Like, what are these questions? Like,
Yeah.
I would be like, "Kliff, like, what are you doing, man? Like, why are you still here?" I
Yeah.
would hold him accountable. Like, I'm tired of going into these post-game shows, like, "All right, so what's Kliff gonna say now?" Like, what is he gonna say?
Yeah.
And I just don't like it. It's stupid.
I
And and I don't like watching the drafts because Keim just picks horrible players every stinking year. This game, it just made me die on the inside. I didn't like it. I saw the post-game show, like, Kyler shouldn't be held responsible. I saw the emotion on his face. He just
yeah.
looked mad. Like, he doesn't deserve to be held responsible. And I've been anti-Kliff ever since last year because
Yeah.
he's the reason why we couldn't make the playoffs. He's bad. I hate him.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, the year before we couldn't get in there. Right? I think we lost against Chicago or something like that, and they weren't having a good year, and they got in.
Yeah.
And then the year we did go to the playoffs last year, but we got humiliated by the Rams, which I don't know why a lot more people aren't talking about it still. But yeah, I agree with you. I do think that I hope one day that we can get a lot of Cardinal fans together so we can do something like that. I think that would be the dream, going to State Farm Stadium and letting our voice be heard because it needs to happen. It really does.
Yeah, it really does. Like, I'm scared to watch the media tomorrow because I just don't agree with anything they say. It's ridiculous with Kliff coming up with these excuses like, "Oh, like, we didn't do good. We didn't execute our plays properly." Like, no, Kliff, it's you. You're not doing your job. You get
Yeah.
paid millions of dollars each year to tell these guys how to do their jobs. And do you do it? Nope, you don't. You really don't.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and 100%. It's kind of the same stuff over and over again. If you don't mind, maybe we can sync up in like a DMs, and I don't know if you are within the media. Like to kind of pick your ear. I'll be obviously outside of this, and we'll sync up later. I appreciate you, AZ Sports Girl. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good one.
Yeah, I agree. And I appreciate everybody for coming through. This is definitely kind of obviously therapy session for a lot of Arizona Cardinal fans. I don't think Cardinal fans are used to this type of show. I don't think they are. And I think the biggest reason why is because Cardinal fans, for the most part, close their eyes. They close their eyes, close their ears, and just kind of walk. They go about their day. They're not used to this. And I think this is kind of pushing the envelope for a lot of Cardinal fans that are like, whoa, watch out. No, because they do need to be held accountable. That's the problem. They do need to be held accountable. Let's get to Yessie here. Yessie's been waiting a long time. Yessie, talk to me. Hopefully you're still here. You are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, well, I was at the game. It was such a heartache. Like the fans, like it was just such a weird game. Like you could tell the fans were ready for that big play, that big momentum, like to get loud, and it just did not happen at all.
Yeah.
It's like, well, when he like year one, I was like, okay with Kliff. Obviously, his first year, Kyler's first year. There was a lot of games that we probably should have won, and offensively we did great, but defensively we couldn't do nothing. Year 2, we start off all right. Towards the end, we just pooped the bed, and I was like, okay, maybe this Kliff thing isn't gonna work. Year 3, we start off hot, and then we lose D-Hop, and it's like he can't. It's like, how do you not adjust, And now here we are, year 4, and it's the same thing. It's like, you're gonna miss him. You're gonna miss D-Hop for 6 games.
Yeah.
And you still can't adjust. It's like, this is frustrating. But it's like, it sucks because we want change, but it's not gonna happen because he signed to like 6 years. Then it's like,
Yeah.
what the hell are we gonna do now?
Yeah. And I do believe that, like, one thing that you got to do, right? A billionaire that owns this, right?
Yeah.
What affects a billionaire? His pockets, right? His money. Once he starts seeing people not come through. Now, you were at the game today. Quick question. Was there a lot of empty seats there? Be honest.
Oh, where I was, there wasn't that many. It was pretty packed. Yeah, but there was more up the upper deck is where it was less full. But it was like a good experience. But you could tell the fans were frustrated with how things were going. I was actually surprised. After, I think it was during the first half, after we went out 3 and out again, they were booing. I was actually like, oh, that's good. That's what has to happen. Boo.
Yeah.
Tell them that you're mad and tell them how frustrated you are. And it was nice to see that they were booing because it's frustrating. It's frustrating. You want to see your team win, and
100%.
you have a owner who's just satisfied with going to the playoffs, making money off of us, and then that's it. It's like, no, we want more. We want that championship. We want that ring.
100% agree. Yes, I thank you so very much for coming through. Thanks for giving me the perspective of obviously being in the stadium means the world. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you too.
So I went to the Kansas City Chiefs game. I went there. When I was there was a lot of empty seats. Now, granted, I was in the upper deck, right? That's where my season tickets are. It's in the upper deck. But I noticed that there was a lot of empty seats. There's a lot of Chiefs fans there, but there was a lot of empty seats when I was there. One thing that I've noticed as far as Cardinal fans, a lot of Cardinal fans go for the experience. A lot of Cardinal fans don't really watch the game. My guy that I ended up giving tickets to, because he won the tickets for becoming a channel member, he ended up telling me that the people that were sitting next to him were more worried about their fantasy football team than they were about the Arizona Cardinals game that was happening right in front of them. So it really goes to show that we need to change, right? We need to hold ourselves accountable too. Fans need to hold ourselves accountable too. I point a lot of fingers. I do. But I'm willing to do the extra step. I'm willing to do some stuff. If we need to do more things, go to State Farm Stadium, do a little rally, do something like that, have some signs where our voice can be heard. We're a lot better as one than we are just as one person, just one crazy person chilling there with a Fire Kliff sign. Because you're right, we want that. We absolutely do want that. We want the ring. I'm convinced that Michael Bidwell, literally his end game of this season was he was excited that he got a sports bet, because what that means, he's got more money coming in, more revenue coming in. There's no heat on Kliff Kingsbury. There's no heat on Steve Keim because they got their extension, and it shows. So that's the frustrating part. All right, everybody, I'm going to let you go here. We have gone over the hour mark. I am going to let you go here. I thank everybody for coming through. I know this wasn't the easiest live stream to come on, and I'm fully aware of that. And I know a lot of people don't like the negativity, what people say. But this channel needs to be a thing. This channel needs to be bigger than what it is. Because we need to start holding this this organization accountable. They do. They absolutely do. Joshua says, try winning the Super Bowl and still not filling the seats. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. Thank you. We need to. The days of, oh my God, you're being too harsh. Oh my God, you're so tough on Kliff Kingsbury. All that SHIT needs to get thrown out the window. And if you don't care for it, then listen to the people that are going to lie to you. Listen to the people that are going to lie and put rainbows up your you-know-what. Because that's not what this channel is about. This is about telling you the truth. And I've told you guys this 3 years ago that Kliff Kingsbury is not the guy. He isn't. Let alone our draft picks. So, I'm going to leave you guys here. I appreciate everybody for coming through. If you guys haven't already smacked the like button, I highly do recommend you smacking like. It helps the channel grow out tremendously. We're on the road to 10K. Can't do it without you guys. Smack the like button on this video. If not, no worries. Cool. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Thank you for all the listeners that were able to jump on. I definitely do appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. Hopefully, as much as you possibly can anyways. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, go Cards.